Hello YouTube friends. It is such a beautiful day today. It's Saturday about 10 o'clock in the morning and Adam and I have already been working. I wore him out, I'm sorry to say. As you know, he has an autoimmune illness and so he tires very easily. So he's limited in what he can do, but he does everything he can. We brought our van back here by the barn, you see, and back behind the barn we just had so much metal, old roofing and stuff. I've told you about that before. And we hauled away 2 loads of that in the van this morning. That felt great. There's still some old guttering from the house that we took off, but it weighs a lot less. So a lot of the stuff has been lying here, and the rain fell in the guttering, and the pine needles filled up the guttering. And then that makes dirt after a few years, and then the vines start to grow back and forth along guttering, and it's trapped and it's kind of becoming soil. So I'm trying to get all this stuff freed up, and I'm hauling some wood back here to do a little burn. But I thought I would share with you just the day. I'm going to turn this around. It is going to be about 70 today. Today is February 12th. 70 degrees, sunny. 5-mile-an-hour wind, just a teeny little bit of a breeze, and it's just gorgeous. We've already been out to the recycling center in our county twice. Look at that, isn't that beautiful over there? Just lovely. I do love this place. Anyway, so I won't show you everything that we're doing. There's our pecan trees. Aren't they pretty? I love the shape of a pecan tree, especially this ones with the big lower limbs. So that's what's going on today. We're supposed to get colder temperatures, low of like 25, 27 tomorrow night, and then it's going to get chilly again, and then it'll go back up again. And it goes up and down until we hit sometime in March and it stays warmer. Okay, so more mucking about on the farm. It's about an hour later, and I've been having a lot of fun. You know, I hate exercise and I don't exercise. I really even hate just to go walking. Isn't that terrible? And I'm not athletic at all. But hefting metal like that, I really enjoy it. I don't know why, and I'm sure it makes me weird. Now this is the metal I hauled out in the last hour from way back further behind the barn in the back corner back there. I'll take it back there in a second. I did bring water with me out here, and I'm on the shady side of the barn, so that helps a lot. And I have a Kleenex. I have to have a Kleenex in my pocket because I can't stand to have a damp nose. I get that from my mother. I look a little worse for the wear after that hour, don't I? These long pieces right there, that's some guttering off of our house. There's some red roofing from when our house was re-roofed. And then the huge silver stuff is all the old roof. Let me take you in and show you that corner. Okay, so here's the stuff I've been taking out. Some of this is very heavy. This is a single panel right here, this width, and I can manage those. Even if they're pretty long, I just fold them over and I can pull them myself. So there's another single panel. That one is a double, but it's very short. This one was just broken up over there. But now this one, that's as far as I could get it, because this is a double panel and that's folded over a couple times. And how I moved it was I got an old nasty piece of hose that was back here and wrapped it from inside that fold real tight and then just pulled it. Otherwise I couldn't have lifted it and pulled it at the same time, but I was able to move it this far, and that's it. Here's another single piece. This is the last one I did, and I was like, I'm not taking that any further. Okay, and we've been back here with me before. So this is where all the metal has been, and it's been covered up with lots of very wet pine straw and even some standing water, and the pine straw is quite heavy, and when you get it off of one piece that you're hauling, you don't want to throw it onto the next one. You want to throw it somewhere where there's not any metal, and there's not a lot of area where there's not metal. There's some old downspouts. I don't know what to do with them. I guess we'll take them to the recycling too. I wish somebody could use them. We are required to put gutters on the house as a condition of our loan. It was a HUD loan with a construction loan added on, and they had all kinds of requirements, but we don't really want the gutters. When you live in Hurricane Alley, you don't want anything loose on your house. But I brought you back here to show you. Look at that little triangle there. I don't know. Well, I was thinking that was dirt. Now that I look at it, it's metal. Shoot, I was hoping I was getting down to, well, course, the pine straw becomes dirt. Now that does look like dirt. So I think I'm getting to the bottom. Another day or two of hauling this out. I really want to clean out this whole back corner. I want to get it all raked out of pine straw. I want to make it so we can weed eat it and mow it. And then I want to try to get this tree out of here. And then we're going to take down all of this fencing. We are even thinking about taking down all of the fencing around our farm. And I know that sounds strange. A fence is a very desirable thing, but only if it's a good fence. And this fence, it's very hard to maintain. It's 4 acres. It's all fenced in with some internal fencing too. And we don't have any plans to sell it anytime soon. And Adam is just sick of trying to maintain it. So, all right, so we took 2 loads this morning. And another day, he works all week, so he can't do it during the week. It has to be a Saturday. So it'll have to be another Saturday, maybe next Saturday, I don't know. But at least the metal is out and mobile. And yeah, there's more. I really wish somebody could use those gutters, but I think they're a little bit worse for the wear. All right, folks, I know this is probably boring you to tears. I apologize, but sure does feel. Are there any other ladies out there who like to do this kind of thing? I just really do wonder if I'm the oddball. This is going to be such a pretty. We're going to take off all this. I know I've told you already, but I have to get this cleared out so that we can remove the back of the barn, and then this will be a nice big area, and I really want to get it looking good. All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Whatever else I'm doing. Bye bye. Well, it's time to cut the shampoo bars. They've been sitting overnight, so they're totally cool now. I'm really interested in seeing the size. Actually, this one is still the teeniest bit warm. Isn't that amazing? They really retain their heat a long time when they go through the gel stage. Now these are pretty, well, that is still kind of soft. That's actually quite soft. I'm going to let those cool all the way and continue to cure and get hard before I try to take them out of there. This one also feels pretty soft. Okay, they're going to sit for a bit. Okay, take 2 with the shampoo bars. All right, so this is the difference that 24 hours makes. Yesterday's, this one was still a little bit warm, and as soon as I touched it, it caved in a little bit, and the edges were very soft. It's looking much more dry today, so let's see if we can take this out successfully without damaging the corners. This is significantly better. Now the bottom is still more moist, obviously, because it hasn't been able to dry out as much as what was on top and next to the air. Okay, so we got a little bit of dinging there in the corner. Just remember, this is a shampoo bar. Nobody's going to care about that much. It's not like a piece of art. All right, and so here, now these are ones, I'm going to cut this log in bars, you know, about that wide. I sell them for, it depends on how heavy they are, $4 to $5 each. Now this one, this is just how big my batch is, okay? And this one is more like a slab, all right? But it's also about the right thickness. It'd be a thin bar, but I could do 1, I could do 3 or maybe even 4 small bars on here, and I'll save them for my husband. The one in the middle I might be able to sell because it might be thick enough. I could save the end ones for my husband to use because he doesn't really care what they look like. He tends to stack them on top of each other in the shower. Okay, so there's these. Now I am going to put these onto drying racks and turn them upside down so that they will cure better on this soft bottom. It's a few days later and it's time to cut this soap. So let's just do that real quick, okay? Hey again. Well, that was a very quick cutting of the soap. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bars of soap. As you saw, this one, which came off of that kind of flat loaf, is different shape, but hopefully will weigh about the same. Now, these are still damp, okay? Although they're much more solid than they were. This recipe makes a much moister, wetter soap recipe than the 3-oil soap that I make for regular body soap. This is a shampoo bar, and so it takes them longer to cure. You really want them to be nice and dry. That was 4.6 ounces. This is 4.8 ounces. They're going to cure for 3 or 4 weeks now, and they will lose some of that moisture, and so they'll lose some of that weight. So they'll go down to, 4 something, 4.2 maybe, something like that. And I'll sell them for $5 a piece. Now, as you saw, I had this leftover stuff, okay? This is the butt end of the regular loaf that was not very big. It's only 2.2 ounces, and it's kind of thin. Honestly, these shampoo bars are in such demand that people would buy anything I would sell. If I wrapped this up and sold it for $3, they would buy it. This is a funky shape. I'll probably cut that one in two. That's 4.6 also. It's the same weight as the others, but it's just a very strange shape. And then this one is 3.5 ounces. And I'm going to save these for my husband. I do save him the odds and ends, and so he can sometimes get quite a collection of shampoo bars. But then I may go for 6 months without making any. And so it's good for him to have some in reserve. So there's the shampoo bars. Again, I've got a link to how to make these. I may do a redo of that video at some point. It's been quite popular, and that was back when I was just starting to do videos, and maybe not the best videos. Still learning. Okay, so that's it for shampoo bars. I wrap these very simply in a paper wrap with a sticker on the front and a little tag with the price, just to keep down on the plastic packaging and stuff like that. I don't ever shrink wrap my soaps or bars. Anyway, there they are. This is Adam's first book that he finished. This is the one with the corded spine. This is the fabric he picked out. He went and bought this fabric. He had to get a new type of glue, a real bookmaker's glue, because the glue he was using didn't work well. There's this nice little ribbon. Anyway, he is very pleased with this one. I thought I'd take a minute to show you some of the things that Adam is doing with his bookmaking. He loves making books, and this is the that nice, pretty large hardback that he's already done. This was his first try at serious bookmaking, and he's accumulated some tools to help him. This is some special adhesive that he's bought. Although this is the glue, bookmaker's glue, he's also making his own paste, which I think is what this is. This is water and flour, and it is amazing what it will do to paper and cloth. This is the cloth he bought, that kind of dark burgundy red. It's just some fabric he got at Walmart that he chose as his first kind of cover for his books. And he's got a nice small, we got various cutting surfaces, but he's got a little small kind of, not glass, but it's nice hard plastic and clear. He's got a little, this is a boning knife, boning tool. This is for doing all kinds of firm pressing on the paper. He's got a special X-Acto kind of knife that's just for cutting his paper. A nice metal ruler, cork on the other side. He made this little tool himself. He had one with a longer, whatever you want to call that, punch. This is a punch. But he made this one. And he's also not averse to using other things. He's cannibalizing this rejected science book from school and using the boards on the back because they're good. And for other things, he's also using old, good, as long as it's not corrugated, as long as it's nice stiff cardboard. But he also has bought some marbled paper, and this was so fun to look at. This is that old marbled paper. You can also get this, I think, at Michael's, or you can get some fun papers at Michael's individually, but our Michael's store is about an hour away now. But look at how beautiful these are. Isn't that fun? I really, really like that one. Look at that one. So he'll be using these as the end pieces or covers or whatever for some of his books. Now he's got this one finished. This one had the twiny rope spine, and he didn't like how much that stood out. This one, I think I may have showed you, has actually a leather rope spine. He'll be, I think, cutting these ends off. And that's what that looks like. Isn't that fascinating? So he's still working on this one. And its end papers, I have to be careful opening these, are just a solid blue paper. Then he made, oh, I forget what this stuff is. He has this funny gauze stuff that he bought. I feel like the lighting is not very good. Let me maybe move you. There, that's better. Okay, so he made a whole bunch of these little books, and he cuts these papers. He buys paper at Staples and stuff. And then I don't know where he gets this brown from, but anyway, he's got this gauze to help with that spine. This is a stitched spine in here as well. And he punches the holes and stitches that with his twine. He has a big old spool of twine for that. And now he's starting on this book. Now this one, I don't want to open it too far, but he is using those end papers, those beautiful marbled papers in this one. And he also stitched this, and then he fills in with some paper, and I guess with probably the glue or maybe the paste in here so that these ridges don't protrude quite so much. He's going to try to make that smoother. He does want to do, he asked me if I thought he should do a rounded spine on this one that would look kind of like, see the rounding on that one? Or a flat one. I thought a flat one on a small book, but he said no, he thinks he wants a round one. So he's going to do a rounded spine on this. Let me go get, he's even written here front, so he remembers which one is the front and the back. Let me go get the paper he made. I don't understand the whys and wherefores of everything that Adam does with his the making of his books. He's so excited about it. But this is more of that red fabric. And then on the back, he has sections of paper. I think this is just the regular cream-colored paper he got from Staples, but he had to kind of piece them together. And then in between the fabric and the paper, he has that paste, the flour and the water. And then, and he took this outside and did it because it's real messy and sticky. And then he put them together, left them in the garage to dry. But once they dry, this stuff is stiff. It's really pretty cool. And he's going to use this on his books on the outside, I think. You can re-wet it and make it more malleable. Anyway, it's very fun. It's fun to watch him do this. It's also fun to watch how excited he is about it, because all of us who are creatives, when we find the thing we love to do, it makes our heart kind of sing. It makes us joyful, and it's fun to watch him enjoy this. He has had many YouTube channels over the years for various things, trying to find that right niche, and I think he's decided now he'd like to try one that's just the creative stuff he does, and is not limited to just food or just this or just that, but where he can do videos on making all kinds of things. Just a maker video channel, and I think that's what he's going to start doing. So when he does, I'll try to link to that, and you can watch. He's going to have the whole process. He's actually got better software than I do for videos, so he'll show you the whole process for doing this. But I just thought I would catch you up on what his bookmaking is looking like.